Look at this, 115 in Venice right there. So it's really hot outside right now. So you want to make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're staying hydrated. As you can see, it is a very well organized storm here. 175 mile-an-hour winds. You can see that eye wall is very defined. We do have a tornado watch in effect right now until 7 p.m. Central Time. So as you can see, this is our big rainmaker right here. It's going to move into the state of Florida by Sunday. And really, once we get to Monday, look at this. Look at all these heavy showers that's going to be brought on by this system. And that will continue throughout the week there. Here's how it works. Essentially, it's like a tango between two tropical cyclones where they continue to orbit each other. And here, Hurricane Hillary gets absorbed by Hurricane Irwin. This is an example back from 2017. But another possibility is that the two cyclones can completely repel each other. But right behind me, we do have some clouds building along the mountains, and that's because we have warm, moist air that is rising along the windward side of the mountains. And once that air cools and condenses, it forms clouds, and it also brings rain to the region. In fact, we actually have a flash flood warning in effect for some areas within this mountain region right behind me. Normally, the temperature at the surface is a bit warmer, and when you go higher up in elevation, the temperature gets cooler, but we have the opposite occurring here where the ground is actually cooler than the air above. Now, we do have some clouds, but it is at 59 degrees, just a slight breeze, so really some pretty nice conditions, but we do have a lot of cloud cover. We kind of have like that marine layer that's just really sitting over the whole region right now. This is student meteorologist Chris Malave here, not in Tallahassee, but we are in Albany, Georgia. We got big time snowflakes. Take a look at this winter wonderland right behind me. For the second year in a row, we saw some snow in the deep south, and honestly, these are much bigger flakes than I saw last year in Tallahassee. I mean, just look at this. It's absolutely incredible. Let me see if I can catch a flake for you. They've gotten a little bit smaller in the past couple of minutes, but if I can see if I can catch one. These are some pretty large flakes right about, probably about a good centimeter in diameter. So this is what I just caught. But we had flakes just a few minutes ago that were all the way out to here. So big time snow here in Albany, Georgia. This is not gonna last for too long, but we're enjoying it while it lasts. Landis Green is a winter wonderland. As you can see, there's been a bunch of sleet and now snowfall that has accumulated on the ground here. There's a bunch of fun festivities going around campus. We got a guy with a wakeboard right behind me, and we've had people building several snowmen. I'm ABC Action Weather Meteorologist Chris Malave here. It's been quite a dry but also very hot day here in sunny Southwest Florida. We have a heat advisory in effect through Sunday until 7 p.m. and that's because our heat indices could be reaching 112 degrees, so it's gonna be really hot outside. So it's really important to stay hydrated, take care of yourself. As you step outside tomorrow, our air temperatures are gonna be well near our record highs, 98 in Zephyr Hills, 98 in Brandon, 97 Mayaca City, so it's gonna be really hot. But that's not even accounting for our heat indices, which are gonna be well into the triple digits, almost near 112 like here in Clearwater, where you're at 111, which is why that heat advisory isn't in place, because those heat indexes are well above average. So make sure to grab that water bottle, grab those sunglasses or that hat, whatever you need to take care of yourself and keep cool. But for tomorrow, we can expect to start rather on the warm side of things, 81 degrees. We're gonna continue to warm up through the late afternoon, but we do have a chance for showers that will return into our forecast. Let's time this out together, folks. So your Sunday morning, if you're headed to church or maybe staying inside, the day will be very nice and dry, but that's gonna change by mid-afternoon where those showers and storms begin to fire up inland, and with that sea breeze effect, we'll move towards our Gulf shores and we'll bring a little bit of relief from those scorching hot temperatures. But we're gonna see those storms begin to move out of the area. Just a few clouds to start your Monday morning commute. So it will be dry, but keep an eye out for those storms that will fire up, and very similarly to our typical summer sea breeze pattern, lots of showers and storms here along our Gulf course in Newport Richey, Clearwater, down into St. Pete. So make sure to bring that umbrella with you as you head to work, because you're definitely gonna want that on the way back home. Now, the reason we haven't had a whole lot of rain this weekend, that's because of all of this Saharan dust. And this is gonna move out of our viewing area by Monday night. And once that moves out of the area, the atmosphere will be able to hold more moisture, and that will give way for more showers and thunderstorms to develop. But because of all that dust that's been sitting over us, no tropical development is expected over the next 7 days, which is very good news, especially if you're headed to the beach this weekend. You can expect dry conditions, especially throughout the morning and even into the early afternoon, but just keep an eye out for those showers by around 5 p.m. And maybe if you're going boating instead, maybe the beach is not exactly your thing, but you still want to soak up a whole lot of sunshine. You can expect those moderate chop conditions, just about 2-foot waves, but very pleasant conditions if you're heading out for your weekend. But here on Florida's most accurate forecast, you can expect those very warm temperatures, especially near our records for Sunday, even into Monday, upper 90s across the board. But as that Saharan dust we just talked about moves out of the area, our rain chances get bumped up to about 60% by Wednesday, and that pattern is going to continue into the next several days, even looking towards next week.
I want to bring in Chris Malave. He is a junior at the school and was inside the student union when this shooting happened. Chris, thank you for joining us on Top Story tonight, and I'm so sorry it has to be under these circumstances. First of all, tell us how you are doing physically and emotionally after all of this. Are you physically doing okay?
Physically, I'm a little bit rough right now. Earlier today, I actually tripped on some of the stairs right behind me, and unfortunately, I ended up spraining my ankle. I have a couple of bruises as well on my right leg, as well as on my arm and also my thumb. So mentally, all things considered, or physically, all things considered, I'm doing okay. But mentally, I'm still trying to process everything. You know, this is something in a million years I never thought I'd be involved in a situation like this one, like we saw here today at Florida State.
Talk to us about what that moment was like when you first started to hear gunshots or realize something was wrong. I understand you were at that student union area in that building studying. What did you see and hear?
That's right. So I was in the student union earlier today. I was getting some lunch when all of a sudden I saw dozens of students just running into the student union in a frenzy. I heard someone say it was an active shooter, so I had maybe only about 5 to 10 seconds to really react to that situation. I grabbed what I could, I ran out of there, and then I actually hid behind some bushes over my shoulder, and that's why I started to hear those gunshots in a very rapid succession. I'm not sure what type of firearm it was, and I actually didn't see the gunman, but I believe it was an automatic weapon, considering I heard nearly like a dozen bullets.
What went through your head as you were crouched down in those bushes, hiding from this unknown shooter at the time?
It was just surreal. Like, I didn't think, I'd ever experienced something like this in my lifetime, really. Like, I've grown up hearing, the stories about like the Parkland shooting and several of these other horrific incidents that have happened, really in the past couple of years. But I never would have ever imagined that I would see something like this at the place I've called home for the last 3 years.
Did you feel that law enforcement, both from the county, Tallahassee, the city, as well as the FSU police, do you feel like they were quick enough in their response to this?
Oh, absolutely. I saw law enforcement arrive on the scene maybe 3 to 5 minutes after it happened. Like, when I got to those bushes, I already heard the sirens wailing. There was definitely a big law enforcement presence here on FSU's campus. And then, fortunately, I was able to make it to my car, which was parked on the northwest side of campus over by the McCollum apartment. It's one of the student dorms here on campus. So I was able to make it there safely, albeit pretty tricky considering my ankle, but I was able to make it home safely to my campus, or to my apartment off campus.
Chris, have you been able to talk to your parents? What was that first call with them?
So the first call I had was actually with my mom, and that was when that's when I was hiding behind the bushes. And unfortunately, when I called her, she actually heard all those gunshots just start ringing over the phone on speaker. And actually, behind me, where I'm shooting here in Tallahassee right now, my dad with me. He came up to just, support me and just be with me through this very difficult time for just us students here.